Hey everybody, welcome back to Monday Night Leadership. Tonight we're going to talk about something a little different, something that affects every one of us, whether we realize it or not. We're talking about identity, belonging, and how easy it is to get sucked into other people's junk. And yes, we're going to start with tattoos, piercings, clothing styles, and trends. But stay with me, because this is going somewhere deeper. Let's start with a simple question. Why do people get tattoos? Why do people get piercings? Why do people dress a certain way? It's not random, it's not accidental, and it's not always rebellion. Most of the time, it comes down to 5 things: identity, belonging, protection, autonomy, and storytelling. People don't follow trends, people follow belonging, and that's the bridge to leadership. Now let's shift this into the workplace. Think about the last time someone started a new job. They walk in with hope, energy, ideas, motivation, a desire to make things better. They're excited, they're ready, they want to contribute, but then they look around. They start asking, how do people act here? What's normal here? What gets rewarded? What gets ignored? What gets punished? And slowly, without even realizing it, they start matching the room. They pick up the attitudes, pick up the habits, they pick up the negativity, pick up the gossip, they pick up the low standards. Not because they're weak, but because belonging is stronger than intention. Just like tattoos and trends, they start marking themselves with the culture around them. Every workplace has a gravitational pull. There's always the gossip corner, complainers, the nothing ever changes crowd, the bare minimum tribe. The we've always done it this way elders? And if you're not intentional, you get sucked into the emotional climate of the room. This is what I call junk. Not tattoos, not piercings, not clothing. Talking about the behavioral ink you pick up from other people. Bad attitudes, cynicism, gossip, negativity, learned helplessness, emotional laziness. This is the tattoo you don't realize you're getting. So how do you stay clean in a dirty room? How do you keep yourself junk-free? Here are 3 ways. Hi leaders, I'm Jim Rutherford, and welcome to a brand new chapter in how we build leadership that actually lasts. Not leadership you have to force. Not leadership you have to pretend. Leadership you can want to do. God, you've ever said, I know what I should do, I just can't want to. Then this series was built for you. Because leadership isn't a title. It's not a personality type. It's a set of behaviors that come from your nervous system, your story, and your habits. And when you understand those 3 things, you stop fighting yourself and you start leading with clarity, confidence, and consistency. I've created something I've never seen done in leadership training before, 12 micro workbooks. Each one focuses on a single leadership behavior, small enough to finish, powerful enough to change you. 12 matching journals. These help you track your patterns, your reactions, your growth, and your breakthroughs. 12 teaching videos. Each video walks you through the concept, the model, the story, and the daily drill. So you're not just learning leadership, you're practicing it. Together, these create a full leadership behavior system, one that builds you from the inside out. Across the 12 modules, you'll learn how to regulate your internal state before it becomes external behavior. Communicate with clarity instead of reactivity. Lead people based on their story, not your assumptions. Build trust through consistency. Make decisions without emotional fog. Repair relationships without shame. Hold standards without losing connection. And create a leadership presence people remember long after you leave the room. This isn't motivational hype. This is behavioral leadership, the kind people feel, follow, and respect. Most leadership programs give you information. This one gives you transformation, because every module includes a short teaching, a simple model, a real-life example, a daily drill, a reflection practice, and a journal prompt that rewires the behavior. You're not just learning leadership, you're becoming someone who leads naturally, without forcing it, faking it, or burning out. You can go through the modules, 1 per week, 1 per month, or at your own pace. You can use them in your workplace, your team meetings, your leadership development groups, or your personal growth journey. And every workbook includes QR codes that take you straight to the matching video, so you can revisit the lesson anytime. Leadership isn't about being perfect. It's about being willing to grow, willing to see yourself, willing to lead with intention. If you're ready to build leadership that people remember, leadership that feels like you, then this series is your next step. Welcome to leadership. I just can't want to. Let's build the leader you were always meant to be. Comment below and find out when and where to get this one-of-a-kind transformation. How do you keep yourself junk-free? Here are 3 ways. 1. Know your identity before you walk in. If you don't know who you are, you will borrow the identity of the loudest person in the room. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I refuse to participate in? What energy do I bring? Leaders decide their identity before the world decides it for them. 2. Use the triangle. Awareness, pause, choice. This is the heart of the Want To project. Awareness. Notice when you're being pulled into someone else's junk. Pause. Create space between the pull and your reaction. Choice. Decide who you want to be in that moment. This is how you stay unmarked. This is how you stay intentional. This is how you stay you. 3. Curate your circle. You don't rise to your goals. You rise to your environment. Sit with people who elevate. Avoid emotional parasites. Protect your mental space. Choose influence over acceptance. Our circle is your future. Here's the truth. You don't become who you want to be. You become who you hang around. Leadership is the discipline of choosing your identity before the world chooses it for you. Stay aware, stay intentional, stay junk-free. I'll see you next Monday. I am Jim Rutherford, and this is the Want To Project.